A convicted child killer is back in court to see if he was mentally competent when he waived his right to appeal his death sentence. KMIR-6's Angela Monroe has been following the story for years now and joins us with the very latest. Angela.
Joseph Edward Duncan is sentenced to death after 5 murders in Idaho, Montana, and here in California. In 2011, he was convicted in the abduction, torture, and murder of a 10-year-old Beaumont boy. Duncan was then sent back to federal prison to await execution, but the Court of Appeals said he needed a competency hearing first. In 1997, Anthony Martinez was abducted from his Beaumont home. His body was found in the Indio Hills. In 2011, Anthony's mother saw Joseph Duncan sentenced for her son's brutal murder.
To me, he is not human. He's not like anyone. He's not like anyone ever that I've ever known, read about, or anything. He just seems like just evil to me, just a figure of what evil really is.
The prosecution said Duncan wanted to punish society after he was jailed in the 80s for rape.
To hurt society in the worst way he thought he could, which was the murder and rape of a child.
Duncan was sentenced to death in federal court in Idaho for the abduction and murder of 9-year-old Dylan Groney. Dylan's sister Shasta was rescued, but her parents and older brother were also found killed in their Idaho home. Duncan said he was guilty and waived his right to an appeal, but his defense attorneys argue he wasn't mentally competent to make that decision. Now that hearing is underway. Back in spring of 2011, Riverside County prosecutors took the death sentence off the table for a plea deal that resulted in 2 life sentences for Duncan here in California.
The type of case that I go home and have nightmares about. And I spent many nights preparing for this case and literally brought to my knees and cried my eyes out.
In 31 years of being involved in the criminal justice system, I have never met a more evil person than Joseph Duncan.
So now Duncan is back in court, this time in Idaho, where a judge will decide if Duncan was mentally competent when he waived his right to appeal the death sentence. And that hearing is expected to last about 2 weeks. Duncan had a mental competency hearing here in California in 2009. The jury said he was fit to stand trial. Back to you, Gino.